Unit 4 addresses the structures and functions of the three branches of the U.S. government. This unit is primarily a study of the structure of the U.S. government. The unique system created by the Founding Fathers includes federalism, as well as the three branches of government as features of a government system of checks and balances. Some questions for you to consider and think about as you learn about Unit 4 is what powers do each of the three branches of the U.S. government have? How does the process to elect a president in the United States function? And how do the three branches of the U.S. government work to check each other's power? The legislative branch responsible for making laws consists of two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate, forming Congress. This bicameral structure ensures thorough examination and debate of legislation. Committees are essential, specializing in areas like finance or education, allowing members to focus on specific issues and gather information. Proposed laws are introduced in either house, discussed in committees, and must be approved by both houses before reaching the president for approval. This process upholds democracy by considering diverse perspectives in lawmaking. In the United States, there are two levels of representation: senators and representatives. Senators represent entire states, considering the diverse needs of all citizens, while representatives focus on specific districts, addressing local concerns. This system guarantees that every state has a voice in the legislative process, helping create laws that meet citizens' needs and uphold democratic representation. Senators represent entire states, requiring them to consider the needs of all citizens. Meanwhile, representatives focus on specific congressional districts, addressing local concerns directly. This system ensures that every state has a voice in the legislative process, allowing for the creation of laws that reflect the population's needs and uphold democratic representation. By integrating both statewide and local perspectives, the government becomes more inclusive and responsive. For a bill to become a law in the U.S. Congress, it must pass both the House of Representatives and the Senate in the same form. Revenue bills must start in the House. After introduction, bills go through a committee review process where they're discussed and amended before being voted on. Once approved by both chambers, the bill goes to the president, who can sign it into law, veto it, which Congress can override with a two-thirds majority, or take no action, leading to a pocket veto if Congress adjourns within 10 days. This process allows for thorough consideration of each bill. The congressional committee system is vital for organizing Congress's work efficiently. There are four main committee types: standing committees, which are permanent and focus on specific areas like finance; select committees, created for special purposes; joint committees, which include members from both House and Senate; and conference committees, which resolve legislative differences between the chambers. These committees hold hearings to gather information and modify proposed legislation, ensuring laws are thoroughly examined before enactment. The Commerce Clause is an essential part of the U.S. Constitution that allows Congress to regulate commerce between states with foreign nations. It has formed the basis for key legislation such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Interstate Commerce Act, underscoring its role in federal authority over economic activities. Maryland in 1819, this clause creates implied powers. These powers enable Congress to respond to the country's evolving needs and to enact laws necessary for fulfilling its defined responsibilities. This flexibility is essential for an effective government, allowing lawmakers to address unforeseen changes. The judicial branch, established by Article 3 of the Constitution, is the third branch of the U.S. government. Its main role is to interpret laws and ensure justice. Led by the Supreme Court of the United States, or SCOTUS, this branch maintains checks and balances with the executive and legislative branches by reviewing and overturning unconstitutional laws. Moreover, it resolves legal disputes, ensuring that all citizens receive fair treatment under the law. The federal court system in the United States consists of three main levels: the Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, and district courts. The Supreme Court is the highest court with nine justices, including a Chief Justice who serve lifetime appointments. Below it are all the 13 courts of appeals, which review decisions from the district courts. The district courts, numbering 94 nationwide, are the trial courts where the federal cases begin. Each level is essential in interpreting and applying federal law to ensure justice across the country. Jurisdiction is the authority of a court to hear and decide cases with several key types. Original jurisdiction is when a court hears a case for the first time, such as district courts handling most federal cases. Appellate jurisdiction allows higher courts, like courts of appeals and the Supreme Court, to review decisions made by lower courts. Subject matter jurisdiction includes federal question cases, which involve federal laws, and diversity cases concerning disputes between citizens of different states. Judicial review is the court's power to declare laws unconstitutional. Established in the 1803 case Marbury versus Madison, this function allows the judiciary to interpret the Constitution, review legislative and executive actions, and protect individual rights. The executive branch includes the president and a whole lot more. Independent executive agencies are government organizations that function apart from the federal executive departments and are established by Congress by for specific tasks. Reporting directly to the president, these agencies focus on regulatory powers that protect public safety, health, and well being. Examples include NASA, which develops everyday technologies, the EPA, which ensures clean air and water, and OSHA, which promotes workplace safety, the FDA, which keeps food and medicine safe, and the FCC, which manages communications.